let you know how you can know if you're brainwashed or not. First and foremost, the number one way to tell if you're brainwashed is to ask yourself, is what I'm saying off of my own accord, or am I going off what somebody else told me to do? Now, with that being said, most of y'all in the Bible or the Christianity, the way y'all should be able to tell if y'all brainwashed is because none of y'all made up none of the things y'all advocate. Somebody else told y'all that, and you're trying to force it and stuff it down somebody else's throat, and then you want them to do the same thing. That's brainwashing, because you're not being taught to think for yourself. Somebody else thought for you. For example, Jesus Christ. You never sat in your room one day and made up somebody named Jesus Christ to believe in. Somebody else made him up for you and gave him to you, and now you believe in him, and you want to pass it down to our babies and pollute their minds and want them to believe in them. That's brainwashing. People in the streets. I used to be in the streets. I used to be very brainwashed. So I'm speaking from personal experience here. A lifestyle. What you got to understand is the word lifestyle, a style of life, which means just like clothes. Somebody else wore this style before you. When it comes to the lifestyle, somebody else lived this style before you. So when you want to be a street nigga, or you want to be a kingpin, or you want to be Tony Montana or Gucci Man or whoever you think you is, what you got to understand is you're not the first person who wanted to be this. This is a fictitious person who doesn't really exist, and you are contributing your life or being influenced mentally to try to live up to this person. You are being brainwashed, and you don't realize it. These are not your thoughts. When you was 5 years old, you never said, oh, I want to go to jail, get shot at, and be harassed by police all day. No. You are being brainwashed and influenced by the media to want to do these things. You are not thinking from your own accord. Music and TV and your environment is thinking for you, and you are allowing the thoughts of somebody else to entertain you. So, to understand if you're brainwashed or not, ask yourself, did I prove that this exists to myself factually? Let's not just play, let's not be Christians and just say, oh, well, I know what Jesus did for me. Well, shit, I don't know, because I ain't seen him do a damn thing for you. You still pay rent. You still have to go to the grocery store and buy clothes. You still pay bills. And your kids is still bad as hell. So I don't know what Jesus is doing for you. But anyway, ask yourself, did I prove this to myself? That this exists? Like, I know that water, ain't nobody on the planet ever had an argument that water is not wet. Nobody. Nobody never got up and said, water ain't wet. I bet you $1 million. You know why? Because it's factual. And you can prove it to yourself. You can't be brainwashed. Because it's concrete evidence. You don't have to, somebody else doesn't have to tell you that. You can prove that to yourself. So you can't never be brainwashed. But when it comes to things like religion, that's not factual. So you can't prove that to yourself. So all you can do is regurgitate what the white man created and stuff down your throat during slavery. And you don't even understand it because you don't see that you're brainwashed. So right now, in order to wake yourself up, be honest with yourself and put your ego and your pride aside and say, damn, is what I believe in on a daily basis from my own accord? Or have I just been following what I've been told my entire life? Just doing what I've been told, like a good little slave. Because if so, you've been brainwashed. But there's nothing wrong about being brainwashed because you can wake up. Just like there's nothing wrong with going to sleep because you can wake up. So with that being said, black people, wake up. Ask yourself, am I brainwashed? Am I in these streets because music told me to? Am I in these streets because all my friends is in the street and I think it's cute, but it's not really something I want to do or I thought about doing? Ask yourself, am I in this church because I built this church from the ground up and I wrote that Bible and I believe that everything in that Bible is true because I researched it and wrote it and I made the Bible myself? Or am I in this church because somebody else built this church and my parents grew up and I grew up in a Christian household and they brought me to this church all my life and now I'm a Christian because my parents was Christians and their parents was Christians, but I really don't even know where Christianity even comes from? So ask yourself, am I brainwashed? That being said, peace, family.